Oh yeah, everybody, it's snowing again. Imagine that. It's in Canada. If you don't like the weather, just wait a day. Or 5 minutes in some cases. Yeah, well yesterday I was out and I did 30K. So quite happy with that. It was a good performance on my part, I would have to say. I'm going to talk about the 2-hour principle today because I was going to do it the other day, but time got away from me, so I'm actually going to do it today. I have a really good topic for today. I think it's important, and I want to talk to you about it. It's going to be a sloppy mess out there today. Oh my goodness. And I didn't wear my trail shoes. I don't know why. I don't know. I guess I was admiring my amazing Ultra Torrens and realizing that I've run a lot of kilometers in them and they're still they're still in great condition. So I guess I just wanted to wear them. Anyways, I'm excited. I'm just gonna go. I'm not doing a lot today. After 30 yesterday, I may only do 10. May only do 10. Yeah, maybe a nice easy one today. But I'm gonna take you out on the course and I'm gonna show you, like seriously, like look at that. That's so awful. And we're back. Hey everybody. Oh boy, do I feel flippin' awesome. That was an amazing run. It wasn't 2 hours, but it was a nice week, to cap it all off. I'm in this training block, and yeah, it's a nice one. I think I probably got another month to go in this block, and then I may be kind of tapering it down just a little bit to see where the legs are at. Maybe do a little bit of speed work. But overall, I'm feeling awesome. Anyways, what I wanted to talk to you about earlier on when I was kind of starting my run, I had mentioned the 2-hour run, right? So the benefits that you can get on a 2-hour continuous run at a steady state. Now, a lot of people kind of say, what is a steady run? Basically, it's not an anaerobic run, and it's not a recovery run, right? It's that steady state that you can go for 2 hours. You feel awesome, and you can just it kind of feels effortless, but there's some uncomfortable moments in there. That's kind of what I look at it. Now, I don't really know what my pace would be if I hadn't been doing these 2-hour runs for the last, 3 months. And there's a lot to be gained from that, a lot to be pulled out from those longer mileages. And, when I look at it, first off, that 2-hour run, it is a mindset change, right? You literally dial yourself in and you say, I'm out here for 2 hours. Nothing else is happening other than me just getting through this run. And the benefits from being the mental side, that's huge, right? Time on your feet, right? Now, if I was doing, I'm kind of a little bit all over. I'm just kind of forming my thoughts. However, the big thing I would say is if you're training for a 5K, 10K, half marathon, your training effort with regards to a 2-hour run be a little bit different. But it's what you're doing is you are training the cardiac endurance, right? You want to be able to endure that longer distance. And that distance can be anywhere from, that over probably more of a marathon or upwards, right? Like I'm training for a 100-kilometer run, right? So I need to be able to be a time on my feet, right? Be able, I want to make sure I don't have too much cardiac drift, right? Where your heart rate just continues to go, 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 and you never recover. So I am doing these runs first off mentally, right? Dialing it in, right? Knowing that I can go that distance. But number two is when you run, right? This is super, super important. When you run, get out there. And I know for all of you, 2 hours at one shot may be too much. You may not be able to do it. But if you could find 2 days, maybe 3 days in your week to be able to get this nice, steady 2-hour run in, you would see major benefits, huge benefits. And one of them is, again, I told you mental. Number two is, after your run, your blood pressure is going to be higher, right? Naturally, your blood pressure is going to be higher. And because it's going to be higher, it's bringing blood to your muscles, right? And that's super important, right? Getting all those red blood cells going, right? So super, super important. But you really want to increase your cardiac efficiency. That is being able to go out there, run at a longer distance, continuous, and make sure that you don't drop off, right? Like I know those drop-off marks, right? I know when I've gone out for a 2-hour run, and when now I'm pushing it for a 3-hour, I can see the heart rate start to go, right? The pace starts to slow, right? My form starts to change. So I've been noticing that as it goes, okay? But basically, really important is it increases the blood flow to your body, and it also allows your body to be able to pump the blood faster, right? To all those organs where you need it, okay? Now, throughout the day, your blood pressure is going to be higher. That's normal, right? It'll drop off as the day goes on. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You want your lungs to become more efficient because when they develop more pulmonary capillary beds, they're able to absorb more blood easily. Now, if I butchered that, I'm sorry. I'm not a scientist. I do my best to research and to be able to educate myself, right? Because I'm not an elite athlete. I'm definitely not going to the Olympics. I am a guy who wants to get healthy, to be able to go those longer distances, right? If you're over 40, your body's different, your body's changed, and you may have to adjust some things in your training. If you're a young buck, man, just, you know what, you got youth on your side, right? But as you get older, things start to change, right? So that to me is really cool to be able to go out in there and do those 2-hour runs, right? And, when you do it, you can feel a difference. And to me, like I've had a couple of people say, well, can I just go out and do, an hour run in the morning and an hour run when I come home at the end of the day? Yeah, you can go ahead and do it. But again, you're not getting those benefits with your lungs, right? You want your lungs to be very, very efficient, right? And so that's one of those things that the 2-hour plus run does. So that's why I continue to do these runs. I continue to see the benefits in my training, in my physique, in my ability to go those longer distances effortlessly. That's what I want. And so 2-hour runs, man, that's where it's at, right? So if you're going out there and you're trying to think about the next thing that you can do, go out. That is your bread and butter. That is the cornerstone of marathon training and above, right? You want to make sure that you are out there running 80% of your runs should be slow and chilled, right? In that cardiac zone, the aerobic zone. That's where you want it to be, right? You don't want to be running, burning it at anaerobically, right? Anaerobically is great if you're training for, you know, a half marathon, 10K, 5K, things like that, right? Yeah, getting that leg turnover rate and maybe introducing some 400s and some 800s in your training, right? But here's the thing. If you're going out there running 400s, right, and you're doing it like 46 seconds or whatever it is, that's fine. But when you bump it up to 800, now you need that extra distance, right? So to be able to go to that extra distance, you need to have the cardiac efficiency to be able to take you there. So if you can actually include some 800-meter repeats, they're fantastic. I've done them many times, and they do work. But 80% of your training should be at that aerobic base, and you will see huge differences, huge gains in your ability to go that longer distance. Anyways, that's it for today. That's my little talk. That's my little chant. That is my rant. And till next time, run wild, everybody.